Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry. Okay, so today we're going to explore a really crucial aspect of luxury hotel operations. In this explainer, strategic financial management in front office operations. For anyone aspiring to step up and lead in a five-star environment, mastering the numbers is literally just as critical as mastering your guest relations. So let's dive right into our core premise for today. Financial discipline is the silent architect of sustainability. In the incredibly sophisticated world of luxury hospitality, it's honestly pretty easy to look at budgeting as just this restrictive administrative chore, right? Like it's just a bunch of limits being handed down by the finance department. But actually, scratch that. It's fundamentally incorrect. Budgeting is a totally dynamic roadmap for strategic growth. It actually empowers you as a front office manager to allocate your resources exactly where they're going to create the absolute most value for your guests, all while making sure the hotel stays a highly profitable enterprise. It's the very foundation that makes delivering that world-class luxury service possible, year after year.
All right, here's our architectural blueprint for today. We've got 5 key areas. 1. The purpose of hotel budgeting. 2. The 3 pillars of budgeting. 3. Precision cost control techniques. 4. Decoding gaps with variance analysis. And finally, 5. The managerial role in finance.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the purpose of hotel budgeting and how it ties into our strategic goals. A budget really acts as the quantitative expression of your hotel's overarching goals. As a front office manager, you've got to provide these incredibly detailed estimates of what your department is actually going to need. Now take a look at that massive portion dedicated to labor costs. Labor is hands down the single largest expense you're going to have to manage and forecast. And the thing is, this forecasting isn't just done in a vacuum. It is driven entirely by your projected occupancy. You have to anticipate exactly how busy the hotel is going to be so you can plan your staffing with absolute precision. Now, while labor takes up the biggest slice, it's actually that smaller slice of other expenses where the details of true luxury live. We're talking about expense estimates that directly impact what the guest feels and sees. High-quality stationery, premium room amenities, pristine staff uniforms, and of course, ongoing professional training programs. Setting really clear revenue targets right alongside these very specific expense limits does something absolutely crucial. It establishes a rigorous framework for accountability and operational efficiency. It basically ensures that every single dollar you spend is intentionally elevating the guest experience.
Moving right along to Section 2, the 3 pillars of budgeting, focusing on financial planning.
To manage a front office effectively, you really have to understand that not all budgets are created equal. First up, we have the operating budget. Think of this as your living document. This manages your day-to-day running costs, the immediate wages, the office supplies, the guest amenities you need just to keep the desk functioning today. Second is the capital budget, or CapEx. This one is strictly for your long-term investments and fixed assets. So if your hotel needs a brand new property management system, an upgrade to the lobby furniture, or a fleet of new luggage carts, these high-cost, multi-year items live here. Finally, we have the flexible budget. This is a really sophisticated dynamic tool. In our industry, occupancy fluctuates wildly, sometimes by the season or literally just the day of the week. The flexible budget allows a manager to instantly scale expenses up or down. If occupancy suddenly jumps 20% higher than you forecasted, this budget automatically accounts for the necessary increase in labor and supplies you'll need to meet that demand. All right, Section 3, precision cost control techniques and how we go about eliminating waste. This brings us to a really fundamental question, right? How do we cut costs without cutting quality? Cost control in a 5-star environment is a highly delicate art. Your absolute ultimate goal is to eliminate fiscal waste from the operation without the guest ever, for a single moment, perceiving a drop in luxury or service. And honestly, doing that requires absolute operational awareness. So how do we pull that off? We use precision techniques. Let's walk through them. First up is labor control, which we achieve through smart scheduling, meaning your staffing levels are matched with pinpoint accuracy to your occupancy forecasts and guest arrival patterns. You aren't just scheduling staff, you're scheduling them exactly when the guests actually need them. Next is waste reduction. This means strict inventory controls so you aren't overstocking perishable items and mindfully managing resources like physical keys and premium stationery. Then we have energy conservation. The front office actually plays a massive role here, making sure lights and air conditioning are dialed back in vacant rooms or low traffic areas of the lobby. And finally, inventory management. This is all about maintaining strict par levels. Par levels basically mean you keep just enough stock on hand to meet your demand, which prevents you from tying up excessive operational capital in supplies that are just sitting around unused in a storage closet.
Let's shift gears to Section 4, decoding gaps with variance analysis.
Setting the budget? That's really just the warm-up. A variance is simply the difference between what you planned in your budget and what actually happened in your daily performance. Investigating these deviations every single month is where the real, heavy-lifting work of financial management begins. You literally cannot just set the numbers at the start of the year and forget about them. You have to continuously compare reality against your roadmap.
Now, there are two sides to variance. On one hand, you have a positive variance. This happens when your actual expenses are lower than budgeted or your revenue is higher. This is generally an awesome sign. It indicates high efficiency from your team. But starkly contrasted against this is the negative variance, where your expenses end up exceeding the budget. And this demands immediate corrective action. You have to ask, why did it happen? Did labor costs spike because of poor, inefficient scheduling? Did guest supply costs suddenly shoot up because of an unexpected supplier price hike? Variance analysis is basically the diagnostic tool that lets a manager identify these gaps early on, figure out the root causes, and adjust their strategic approach well before the fiscal quarter even comes to a close.
And finally, Section 5, the managerial role in finance and maintaining financial health. Here at Europe Hotel School, we really emphasize that modern managers do so much more than just supervise the front desk. You are a key stakeholder in the overall financial success of the entire property. And that requires a deep dive into your monthly profit and loss or P&L reports to spot those emerging trends. It means coordinating closely with the finance department to get them accurate data for future forecasts. Plus, you have to take the initiative to lead departmental cost-saving measures. This could be proactively renegotiating contracts with your luxury amenity suppliers or figuring out more efficient, cost-effective solutions for guest transportation, all without sacrificing that signature 5-star feel.
The absolutely crucial point is this. Blending financial discipline with operational awareness ensures a world-class, profitable business. It's about the seamless integration of these two distinct skill sets. Mastering the balance sheet is exactly what allows you to sustainably master the guest experience. They aren't opposing forces at all. They are the dual engines that maintain a robust, elite hospitality enterprise.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a provocative thought to ponder. How are you going to balance the art 5-star hospitality with the science of a balance sheet in your future career? Because let me tell you, it's exactly that balance that will define your success as a leader in this industry. Thank you so much for joining me for this session. Take these concepts, apply them to your studies, and keep striving for excellence in your professional journey.